Assalamualaikum and good evening. Sarawak reached another milestone in its energy industry as state-owned oil and gas company Petroleum Sarawak Berhad PETROS successfully produced its first oil from the Adong Kechil West AKW field near Marudi, marking the return of onshore oil production after 5 decades. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari to Datuk Abang Openg said the achievement, which recorded an output of 800 barrels per day or approximately 24,000 barrels a month, was a special gift to Sarawakians in conjunction with the Sarawak Day 2026 celebration. According to him, the historic milestone demonstrated the capability of Sarawakians to lead the oil and gas industry while reinforcing the state's position as a key player in the energy value chain, particularly in downstream industries such as ammonia and blue hydrogen.
This achievement speaks well of the engineering capability of Sarawakians, thus proving that Sarawak is well equipped to be a strong player in the oil and gas industry, including derivatives from methane gas.
He said this in his address at the Sarawak Day Assembly and Concert Rakyat, which was held at Dataran Tun Tuanku Bujang in Sibu on Wednesday. Present to grace the celebration was Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar and his wife Toh Puan Datuk Patinggi Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi. In a related development, the Sarawak Premier also announced another milestone with Air Borneo commencing its inaugural direct service between Kuching and Singapore on Wednesday. He added that following the successful launch of the Kuching-Kuala Lumpur route on 20th July, the state-owned airline is also expected to introduce the Kuching-Jakarta route within the next 2 months. Meanwhile, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari said Sarawak is determined to emerge as a leader in the green economy, clean energy and high-value industries, thus further reinforcing its position as a key contributor to Malaysia's economic growth. According to him, the state government's development strategy is not only vital to Sarawak's progress, but will also enhance Malaysia's competitiveness on the regional and global stage. He said Sarawak has chosen to lead in new technologies, artificial intelligence (AI), the digital economy, clean energy and high-value industries in line with its aspiration of building a sustainable economy for the future.
Aspirasi kita ialah membina Sarawak yang menjadi pintu masuk Malaysia kepada ekonomi hijau. Kita mahu Sarawak menjadi hub tenaga bersih. Kita mahu Sarawak menjadi pusat industri bernilai tinggi. Dan kita mahu Sarawak menjadi penyumbang utama kepada kekuatan ekonomi Malaysia.
The Sarawak Premier added that Malaysia would become stronger when every region develops according to its own strengths, reflecting the true spirit of federalism. He also reiterated his aspiration of transforming Sarawak into the Bavaria of Malaysia, a progressive region underpinned by a sustainable economy, a highly skilled workforce, and strong public and private institutions. On another matter, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari informed that the first phase of the hydrogen hub for the Autonomous Rapid Transit ART system is scheduled for completion by the end of this year. He said the development of the hub marks a significant step forward in Sarawak's efforts to translate hydrogen technology from the research and pilot project stage into practical implementation that delivers tangible benefits to the people. According to the Sarawak Premier, the project also proves that green technology is now being applied in modern public transport systems in line with the state's energy transition and low carbon development agenda.
Menjelang penghujung tahun ini, fasa pertama pembangunan hub hidrogen bagi sistem Autonomous Rapid Transit LRT dijadualkan siap. Projek ini membuktikan bahawa teknologi hidrogen bukan lagi sekadar konsep masa depan, tetapi sedang menjadi realiti di Sarawak.
He added that the expertise developed by Sarawak in the hydrogen economy is expected to serve as a reference for Malaysia in expanding the use of hydrogen as a future energy source. Furthermore, he said the state's advances in hydropower, hydrogen and low-carbon industries would not only benefit the people of the state, but also support Malaysia in meeting its international commitments to reduce carbon emissions, increase the adoption of renewable energy, and strengthen the nation's energy security. According to him, Sarawak's development should be viewed as an integral part of Malaysia's broader economic agenda, given the state's role as a green energy hub capable of attracting greater investment, driving the growth of new industries, and enhancing the country's global competitiveness. Earlier in his speech, Sarawak Minister for Transport, Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin, said Sibu will soon be able to benefit from a new bus service as part of the Sarawak government's ongoing efforts to strengthen the public transport system, thereby enhancing connectivity and mobility for residents across the town. The minister in charge of the Sarawak Day 2026 celebration said the initiative builds on the state government's commitment to transforming public transportation following the introduction of the smart bus service in Miri and the development of the Kuching Urban Transportation System (KUTS).
Sebagai Menteri Pengangkutan Sarawak, saya ingin mengumumkan bahawa bas-bas baru akan diperkenalkan di Sibu sebagai sebahagian daripada usaha kerajaan Sarawak berdasarkan sistem pengangkutan awam di bandar-bandar utama.
Dato Sri Lee added that the implementation of the new bus service reflects the commitment of the Sarawak government in providing a more modern, efficient and sustainable public transport system, thus supporting more sustainable urban development. He explained that the effort also complements the state government's various initiatives in strengthening the public transport network and improving the quality of life of the people through a more efficient mobility system. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari, accompanied by his daughter Dayang Nojihan, paid a visit to the Lau King Howe Hospital Memorial Museum along Jalan Lau King Howe in Sibu on Wednesday. Upon arrival, the Sarawak Premier was welcomed by Chairman of the Lau King Howe Hospital Memorial Museum Association, Temenggong Datuk Vincent Lau Lee Ming, and members of the museum staff. He then signed the museum's commemorative plaque as a memento of his visit before spending approximately 40 minutes touring the exhibits, accompanied by museum manager John Ting Kang Hang, who briefed him on the collection of historical medical equipment once used by the hospital. For the record, construction of Lau King Howe Hospital began in 1931 and was completed 5 years later in 1936 at a cost of 82,000 ringgit. The hospital's history dates back to 1930 when Lau King Howe proposed the construction of a new and more modern hospital to the Brooke government. The proposal was made as medical facilities at the existing government hospital were limited and unable to meet the growing needs of the community. To realize the project, Lau King Howe generously contributed 50% of the total construction costs using his personal wealth. His remarkable generosity were officially recognized by resident of the 3rd Division, C.D. Adams, in 1931, with the new hospital officially named after him in appreciation of his invaluable contribution. And that's the English edition with me, Didi Nursyafiqah. More news can be found in our official portal, upkas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube. We end the news with a montage of the Sarawak Day Assembly and the concert Rakyat, which was held at Dataran Tun Tuanku Bujang in Sibu on Wednesday. #SaraFormaksiRakyat. Have a good night.